Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well. You're safe and sound at home. Yeah, don't go out, stay at home. Okay, so one of my subscribers asked me to make a video on decimal division, and I'm happy to do that today, right? So, decimal division. In any exam or any time in the world, like whenever you face a question that involves decimal division, the question will come in two ways. The first way is a decimal divided by a non-decimal, and the other way the question can arise is a decimal divided by a decimal. So these are the two ways in which such questions can come up, like, right? Especially in your exams. That's mostly where you'll just find decimal division. Otherwise, it's really easy. You just take your calculator and you calculate it, and you don't need to do all of this. But okay, your teachers want you to do this, and your syllabus requires it. So let's start. So the first thing we're going to do is look at questions that involve decimals divided by non-decimals, right? So one example is 137.6 divided by 2. Okay, so this is our first example. To do this, the first thing you need to do is put 137.6 under the division sign and the 2 outside, since it's your denominator, or yeah. And then 13 divided by 2 is, you can get 6, so 6 times 2 is 12. It's like normal division till now. The remainder is 1, you bring down 7. 17 divided by 2, you get 8. 8 times 2 is 16. The remainder is 1 again. And now you see the decimal point right here. So whenever you see a decimal point under this division sign, you take it up and put it right here before you bring down the next number. Okay? So whenever you see a decimal sign, you put a decimal sign above the division sign where your answer is before bringing down the next number, right? If that makes sense. And then you just continue like normal. 16 divided by 2 is again 8. 8 times 2 is 16. You're left with 0. So your answer is 68.8. Just to emphasize it again, whenever there's a decimal sign under the division sign, you put a decimal on top of the division sign, okay, before you carry down the next number. Another example that involves decimals divided by non-decimals would be 21.85 divided by 5, right? So 21.85 divided by 5 using the division sign, yeah. So 21 divided by 5, you get 4. 4 times 5 is 20. You bring the remainder is 1. And now you have the decimal sign. So what are you going to do? You take it up right here. You put a decimal sign. Clear and visible. Okay, and then you bring down 8. So you get 3 here. 5 times 3 is 15. Remainder is 3. Okay, what's wrong with this? You bring down 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 7 times 5 is 35. You're left with 0. So the answer would be 4.37. So the basic concept that you need to know is normal division. The only difference that you can see in these questions and normal division is the point sign that you need to put, the decimal sign, right? And now I hope you've understood that concept already. So I'm sure you're going to do really well whenever you see such questions ever again. Going to questions that involve decimal into decimal. So before I start showing examples, there's one thing I need to tell you, that such questions cannot be easily solved without converting them into decimals over non-decimals, right? So you need to convert decimal over decimals into decimal over non-decimal to get your answer easily. So for example, you have something like 77.28 divided by 9.2. Oh, looks like such a big number. Let's start. So the first thing you do is just, to make it more easier for you to simplify it into a decimal over a non-decimal, you write it like this. These mean the same. I'm sure you know that by now. Okay, and if you don't, so you know it now that the fraction sign also means division. To convert the denominator into a non-decimal, you need to multiply by a number that would shift this to a whole number. So for example, right now you need to multiply by 10 on both sides to get 772.8 over 92. So what will happen here is the decimal point will shift to the right one step. Depending on how many numbers are there after the decimal point, you can increase the zeros, right? Okay. So for example, if you had 77.28 over 0.292, right? You wouldn't multiply by 10 over 10. You would multiply over 100 over 100. Okay? And then you would get 77.28 over 92. I hope you got it by now. So once you've got this, the concept is really easy. You just need to do what you did right there. So 772.8 divided by 92, and then you carry on like always. So you get 8 here. 8 times 92 is 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 9 is 72, 73. Okay, you subtract, your remainder is 36, and then you have the point sign, the decimal sign. So you put a decimal sign on top, and then you bring down the next number, which is 8, and now you have 368. So 92 times 4 is 368, and you have your answer right there, 8.4. Wow, so easy, right? Okay, another example, just to be sure that you've understood the concept and you're going to do great the next time you encounter it. So 13.75 divided by 5.5. Easy peasy. What will you multiply it by? By 10 on both sides, because there's only one digit after the decimal point. So by 10, you get 137.5 over 55. And then you put it under the division sign. And you solve it like normal. So 55 times 2 is 110. And then the remainder is 27, and then there's the decimal point. So what you need to do is put the decimal point on top and then bring down the next number, 275. And then you carry on like normal division. So 275 divided by 55 is 5. You subtract 275, you get 0. So your answer would be 2.5. Wow. Okay, just a recap. First thing you need to do is normal division. Okay, normal division. Shift point above division sign. Which is this, right? Some might write it like this, your choice, but it basically means the same. Okay, continue the normal division, and then if it's decimal over decimal, if the denominator or the divider is a decimal, multiply by a multiple of 10 to get a whole number. Okay, so that basically means multiply by 10, by 100, by 1000, by 10,000, by 100,000, or whatever you think would work, like by looking at the digits after the decimal point in the denominator. So that's how you go around. If you want to solve more questions, you can just pause the video and copy these down. So 382.2 divided by 0.39, 578.4, 557.84 divided by 3, 13.8 divided by 2. So these are other questions for your own practice. I'll just zoom in for you to take a screenshot or pause the video, and you can write the answers in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video and if you understood the concept, please give me a thumbs up, and yes, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more content. I'm sure you'll do really well this quarantine. Just stay strong and keep watching FunLearn. For if you need any further help, you can contact me at funlearn@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to give you one-to-one classes. Have a good day.